My husband worked late for weeks. Until I found a receipt that changed everything. I've been married to my husband, Mark, for 6 years. We've had our ups and downs like any couple, but for the most part, I thought we were solid. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party, hit it off immediately, and moved in together less than a year later. Mark works in IT for a large company, and I run a small home-based bakery. Our schedules are different, but we always made it work. About 3 months ago, I started noticing a change in him. Nothing dramatic at first, just little things. He'd come home later than usual, saying he had to finish up something important at work. At first, I didn't think much of it. I know his job can get hectic, especially during software rollouts. But then the late nights became more frequent. 2 nights a week turned into 4. He stopped texting me during his lunch breaks like he used to. When he did come home, he'd head straight for the shower before even saying hello. One Friday evening, I decided to surprise him. I baked his favorite lemon bars and thought I'd drop them off at his office since it was close to the grocery store. I called him to let him know I was stopping by, no answer. I figured maybe he was in a meeting. When I arrived, I was met with a locked lobby. I buzzed in and told the receptionist I was there to see Mark. She looked confused and told me he'd left for the day at 4 p.m. That was strange. When I'd called, it was nearly 6. I drove home trying to rationalize it. Maybe he'd gone to grab a drink with coworkers and just forgot to tell me. But when he walked in at 8 p.m., he stuck to his story about working late. I didn't confront him right away. I wanted proof, not just suspicion. A week later, I got it. I was doing laundry when I found a crumpled receipt in the pocket of his jeans. It was from a fancy restaurant downtown, one we'd only been to once for our anniversary because it was so expensive. The date on the receipt? That same Friday I'd gone to his office. And the bill was for 2. My stomach dropped. I sat there on the floor of the laundry room staring at that piece of paper for what felt like hours. I kept thinking, there has to be an explanation. But deep down, I already knew. I didn't say anything that night. Instead, I waited for his next late shift. When he left for work, I grabbed my keys and followed about 10 minutes later. Sure enough, he didn't head toward his office, he drove straight to that same restaurant. I parked down the block and watched from a distance. A few minutes later, a woman walked up to his car. She was tall, well-dressed, and clearly familiar with him. They hugged. Then he kissed her cheek. My chest tightened, and I had to fight back tears. I didn't follow them inside. I didn't need to. I took a photo from my car, then drove home. When he walked in later that night, I was sitting at the kitchen table with the receipt and the photo in front of me. He froze the moment he saw them. For a second, I thought he might try to lie his way out of it. Instead, he sat down, put his head in his hands, and admitted everything. They'd met at a conference 6 months earlier. It started as just friends, then became something more. The late nights, the secret dinners, it had all been going on for weeks. I told him to pack a bag and leave. He tried to apologize, said it was a mistake, said he didn't want to lose me. But in that moment, something in me broke. The man I thought I knew, the man I trusted completely, had been living a double life. It's been a month since then. I've filed for divorce. Friends keep telling me I'm strong, but honestly, I just feel numb. Sometimes I still catch myself reaching for my phone to text him about something funny that happened during my day, and then I remember. The hardest part isn't even losing him, it's realizing he was willing to risk everything we had for someone else. So, Reddit, would you have confronted him sooner? Or waited until you had undeniable proof like I did?